Hey, how you doing today? I am Tequila Coleman here with part two of our counterfeit versus God ordained spouse. So there was a question that was just asked, and I'm glad you asked this question because I'm sure other people are thinking the same thing. Like, can we experience some of these things with our God ordained spouse, right? Because of the enemy at work. And yes, you can. Like right now, your God ordained prodigal spouse, as long as they are a prodigal, they are unequally yoked with you because you are the believing spouse. So what this means is you're going to see, the pride. You're going to see the rejection. You're going to see how they are disobedient to the Lord, right? But you got to hold on to what God told you because God said this is your God ordained spouse. Now, let me tell you why God, is having you to stand praying for this particular person, even though they are a prodigal and even though the two of you are unequally yoked, because God sees the future. He already know once I shake them clean of all of these demonic spirits, because restore means to return someone to its former condition. So God already know when I restore them, they're going to return back to their original self, right? So he have us standing in prayer, praying, right? He uses our prayers to go ahead and go to work on our behalf, right? So he takes the prodigal through the wrath, the judgment, correction, right? All of these things is what's going to help restore, is what's going to help bring restoration to your prodigal spouse. Okay, so don't get it confused and think, if you seeing some of the things that I shared in that previous video, that maybe this not my God ordained spouse. It is if God told you that's your spouse. Okay, they are just a prodigal, which means they got the door open to the enemy. They have left the presence of their father, their heavenly father. They probably dealing with the orphan mindset, orphan spirit, and so God is having you to pray because God has already chosen you to be this particular man or woman's spouse. Okay, and like the Bible say, the believing spouse can sanctify the unbelieving spouse. Okay, and so God is using your prayer to sanctify your husband or wife. Okay, and to pull them up out of the darkness. Okay, and he's using you to, like, your prayers to save their soul because God is after their soul. Okay, so you will see some of these things showing up in them. That's why I made the other video saying, when you know they are a prodigal, you must steer clear of them. If God placed you in a divine separation, you got to stay clear of them because prodigals have the door open to the enemy. And if you sit here and talk to the enemy, engage with the enemy, try to reason with the enemy, they are going to try to take you out. They're going to target your heart. The enemy is targeting your heart, trying to take you out, trying to get you to turn away from serving God and to serving him. Okay, so I hope this brought some understanding. Yes, your God ordained prodigal spouse can show some of these signs of being a counterfeit, but they are not a counterfeit because God told you this is your spouse. Okay, so this is where we have to really stand firm and strong on what God said to us. Okay, and also understand why God is having you to pray for your God ordained prodigal spouse, because he's telling you, pray them up out of the hands of the enemy. Okay, I hope that was clear. I am Tequila Coleman. I'll talk to you all real soon. Take care.